This is a video demonstration of the hosted payment page feature of the Pro Payments Gateway. The hosted payment page is a tool to create a checkout page that's on your website, but actually generated by and hosted by the Pro Payments Gateway. It's a great tool for creating a checkout process that allows you to remain outside of PCI compliance scope. To get started, we'll simply go to the Modules section of the main navigation and click Hosted Payment Page. First, you'll see a list of the existing HPPs that will allow you to edit any one of them or click the button to add a new one. For this case, we'll edit an existing page. It's the exact same form you would see if you were creating a new one, but obviously we have some pre-filled information. Starting with the easy information on the right, we have billing fields, shipping fields, optional fields, and custom fields. These are all of the different data points that you can collect when creating your hosted payment page. Any field can be visible or required. Simply check to make it visible so that it's shown, and required so you will get information from your customers when they complete the form. The custom fields in the lower right here are fields that are created by you under the settings menu. You can have up to 10 of them, and you can also choose whether or not they are visible and required as well. Under the tile Unique Link Generator, you'll modify the way that this hosted payment page behaves. First, there's the dollar amount. You'll enter in the amount you want to charge the cardholder, or check the box to have the cardholder specify their own amount. This is great to collect donations or have a flexible choice in the case of invoices where the amount from transaction to transaction might vary. We'll leave our amount at $19.95 for our t-shirt sale. Next is the link text. This is what would appear in your Buy Now button should you choose to use the payment form that way. I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. Next is the return URL. For the more savvy merchants that are using the hosted payment page API, this is a URL that will receive data after a transaction's been processed so that you can create your own thank you page and handle the end of the purchase process however you see fit. Next, we've got tokenization options. Tokenization is the ability to store payment data inside of Pro Payments Gateway so that it can be utilized later on. The default option is to let cardholders check a box that will let them store their own payment data for future use. You can check the box to disallow add to safe so that they will not have that ability. This means that they'll just go through the transaction one time and that's it. If you check the box to disallow add to safe, they will not see the button to store their own information. If you uncheck that box though, and instead check the box to auto-store the cardholder data, they won't have a choice. The form will automatically take all of their information and store it inside the safe of Pro Payments Gateway for future use. Next, you'll choose the transaction type for this particular HPP. The default is a sale, which is the standard method of charging a card. After that, you've got an authorization. An authorization will not remove any money from the cardholder's account. It will simply validate it for the dollar amount that's been entered for this transaction. After an authorization, there's another type of transaction you could run as well, which is a safe only. A safe only will not charge the customer's card in any way. It will simply take their information, store it inside the Pro Payments Gateway so that it can be used in the future. After that, you've got a couple of design formats to choose from. The design formats are simply the ways in which the form can appear. It's the actual layout of the different fields on the page. You'll see samples of that later. Next is the usage count. The usage count allows you to specify how many times this particular HPP can be used. It's great if you have physical inventory. For instance, with our t-shirts, we've only got 50 of them. So this HPP will automatically deactivate after we've sold all 50 t-shirts. It can be also used for things like early bird specials, where the first 50 people through the door get a special price. After that, we'll be looking at start dates and end dates. That's similar to the usage count, but rather than based on transactions, it's simply based on time. We can choose a start date for when this hosted payment page will activate, and we can also choose an end date for when it will automatically deactivate. This allows us to have the form turn on and turn off automatically without specific intervention from us. Once we're done, we'll click Save, and now we can view our hosted payment page. There's 5 different outputs that you can utilize on a repeated basis. First of all, in the upper left corner, we see a quick link email. There are fields for a to address, which is who you're emailing, the from address, which is the address where the message will appear from, a custom subject line, and a custom message. This is a great tool for quickly firing off an email with the link for this hosted payment page. If you've just gotten off the phone with somebody, you can say a message like, as discussed, please click here to pay this amount. Next is simply a direct link to the hosted payment page that we've created. We can copy that, paste it into our browser, and we'll be taken to the form. When the form pops up, in this case, you'll see Design Layout 2. The logo at the top of the page is configurable under the Merchant Configuration page in the Settings menu. Next, we have the HTML code, which will generate the Buy Now button you see here. Simply copy this code, paste it on your web page, and you'll get a Buy Now button that links to the form we just saw. After that, we have iframe code, which is similar. You can simply take the iframe code, paste it in your web page, and it will generate the payment form embedded into the page that you've created. This is the actual payment form embedded into the tile we're looking at right now. Next, we've got our QR code. The QR code is a great way to introduce mobile payment options for your merchants. The QR code is actually an image. We'll slide that over to our desktop, and we can open it up just like any other picture. It's great to post on business cards, posters, flyers, your website, any place that you need to access payments. Your customers can simply scan this QR code with their smartphone or tablet. It will pull up the payment form you've been looking at on that device, and they can render payment mobilely. That concludes our demonstration of the hosted payment page by Pro Payments Gateway. For more information on how this can apply for your business, please contact your Pro Payments representative.